Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Narberth Playground. A little bit of a later start than we wanted to here. Getting our lineups together. Leading off the game. Game one of the semifinals between Springfield and Narberth is Gerard Sweeney. For Springfield, he's behind in the count 0-2 against Narberth's Tom Kane on the mound. We'll get you the lineups as we get started here today. Kane, the lefty, winds. Sweeney takes outside. Kane winds his 1-2. He's taken upstairs. Sweeney, the third baseman for Springfield, leading it off. That one is ripped back up the middle into center field for a base hit. So the visiting Springfield Colonials have their leadoff man aboard here to start this one off. After Sweeney, it's first baseman Gabe Encarnacion comes to the plate. Then Cole Swiger bats third, Mark Gervasi fourth. Luke Piontek will bat fifth. Matt Shepard is the catcher, he bats sixth. Eric Molinaro will bat seventh, Kevin Marone bats eighth, and Brendan Chachakio will hit in the 9-hole. As we mentioned, against Tom Kane. First pitch to Encarnacion, misses for a ball. The 1-0, swung on and missed. Springfield with a 2-0 sweep in the quarterfinals against Upper Darby on Wednesday and Thursday as Encarnacion fouls one off. Narberth with a 2-0 sweep of Chester, an 8-5 win in game one before an exciting 5-4 comeback victory in the clincher. Springfield blew out Upper Darby in game one 10-0 before winning 6-4 to move on. Pitch misses high. Count goes full to Encarnacion. One of two semifinals in action today. The other, Marple Newtown visiting Wayne in game one. Kane's pitch swung on and missed. So Encarnacion goes down on strikes for out number one. So Cole Swiger steps in. Right-handed hitter against the left-hander Kane. Works from the stretch. He eyes Sweeney at first, comes home. First pitch misses for ball one. Swiger, the right fielder. One 0 in for a strike. Kane delivers, swung on and missed, and now 1-2 the count. Throw over to first, back safely is Sweeney. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. We will be at Marple Newtown High School tomorrow for game two. As Kane misses high, either Marple or Wayne will look to advance tomorrow, depending on who wins that ball game today out at Devon Prep. Game 3 of these series, if necessary, scheduled for Tuesday night here at Narberth and out at Devon. Swung on and missed. So Cole Swiger, strikeout victim number 2. So bring up Mark Gervasi. Bat from the right side. Kane's first pitch. Off speed, swung on a miss. Gervasi way out in front. Left fielder Luke Piontek waits on deck. Swung on a miss. So Kane way ahead 0-2, looking to try to strike out the side. Runner goes. Kane comes home. Pitch bounces off home plate over the head of Jim Quinn. He gets to it quickly. Sweeney had slid into second base. Not able to pop up in time to take advantage. So stolen base for the Colonials leadoff man. The 1-2. Chopped up the third base line. Barehanded by Jim White. Throw. Not in time. Pulls Rayford off the bag. An infield single for Gervasi. Sweeney goes to third on the play. So runners at the corners for Springfield. And that'll bring up Luke Piontek. First pitch taken for ball one. Swung on, tipped into the mitt. 1-1. Takes that high, 2 balls and a strike. Matt Shepard waits on deck. Great day for baseball here in Narberth. Blue skies, a couple of clouds, some good shade here in the stands. Pitch is hit out towards right field. Over to make the catch is Cam Bartow, and he'll squeeze it, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and they leave 2. Through a half inning, Springfield Colonial 0, Narberth Mudcats coming to bat. It's playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Vinny Vacone here in the home half of the first. It'll be Vacone, center fielder Tyler Kehoe. Third baseman Jim White, top of the order for Narberth. 0-0 here in the bottom half of the first inning. First pitch in for a strike. For the rest of the lineup, first baseman Joey Ravert bats fourth. Kevin McGowan bats fifth. Tommy Toll playing second base. He'll hit sixth. Spicone takes high. Ryan Guckin playing left field bats seventh. Jim Quinn, he bats ninth. Nick Brower, the right-hander on the mound for Springfield. A 1-1 count to Vicone. Pitch is taken outside. Winds, fires, and misses. So Vicone ahead in the count, 3-1. Vicone 1 for 3 on Thursday night as Narberth clinched its series over Chester. Fouls that one back. The count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Fouled back, and we'll do it again. Brower winds. Vicone swings. Hits that one in the air. Out towards left field. Piontek is under it. He'll make the catch. One away. So I'll bring up Tyler Kehoe. Narberth center fielder. Bats from the left side, takes the first pitch high for ball 1. That one's low, 2-0. Narberth in their home whites with the navy blue sleeves and tops, navy blue caps. Springfield, white pants, red tops. Caps with the front panel white, red, white, and blue for the Colonials, red, white, and blue for the Mudcats. Kehoe now ahead in the count 3-0. Pitch from Brower. Ball 4. So Kehoe is aboard. So Jim White will step in. A couple of hits in Thursday night's quarterfinal clincher. Brower from the stretch. First pitch to White, misses low and away. That's 5 straight balls from the Springfield right-hander. He's set, comes home. Popped up foul. Narberth, the 2 seed in this year's playoffs. Springfield, the 3 seed. Mudcats in first place for most of the season. They tied at Wayne. First blemish on their record and a couple of losses before wrapping up with a couple of wins. Runner goes. That one is hit down the right field line, foul. A little hit and run action for the home team. Springfield held steady in third place throughout most of the season, just behind Wayne and Narberth at the top, but well ahead of the crowd that included Aston Valley, Marple Newtown, and Upper Darby. Separated themselves a little bit this season. News that Springfield took care of Upper Darby in 2 quick games in the quarterfinals. Narberth over Chester. Wayne dismissed Concord in a rematch of last year's finals, and Marple Newtown beat Aston Valley as White swings and misses at a high fastball. He's down on strikes. 2 away. So game 1 today, game 2 tomorrow in both semifinals. Weather permitting, of course. No big storms in the forecast, but that certainly hasn't stopped Mother Nature the last couple weeks. And any game 3s are currently scheduled for Tuesday, which means that the finals should get started sometime in the middle of next week. Runner goes. Pitch is high. Throw is short. Short hops the fielder into center field, and scampering over to third is Tyler Kehoe, and he is 90 feet away with 2 down. Stolen base and an error. So without a base hit, Narberth has a runner on third. Brower from the stretch, swung on and missed by Ravert, count 1-1. He will be followed by Kevin McGowan should the inning continue. Pitch fouled back. Hear the utility truck go by. We are at the corner of Winwood and Haverford here in Narberth. Fair amount of traffic goes through. You might hear a train come by at some point. The cacophony of baseball. Brower comes home. Throws that one nowhere near his catcher. Kehoe runs home. The throw back to Brower, not in time. A wild pitch by Nick Brower scores Tyler Kehoe, and it's 1-0 Narberth. Did not give Matt Shepard a chance at that one. Did not even hit his mitt, but it came in so hard it bounced off the backstop. And he cycled fence behind home plate. So they were able to make a play, throw a little high. Kehoe didn't slide. So he almost put himself in danger of being tagged out. And Brower from the windup now, pitch to Ravert. And for a called strike, and Joey Ravert goes down looking, but Narberth takes the lead. They do it without a base hit. There's an error, stolen base, and wild pitch. And they leave none aboard. We're through 1. It's Narberth 1, Springfield 0. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the second inning, Matt Shepard leads it off for Springfield. Colonials trail 1-0. Pitch from Tom Kane wide for ball 1. It'll be Shepard followed by Eric Molinaro and Kevin Marone, 6, 7, 8. due up for the visitors from Springfield. Had a couple on in the first, could not get any home. Narberth answers with one without a hit. And the home team, Mudcats, have a 1-0 lead as Kane gets that one over for a strike. 7-inning ball game, so just the first inning, still a lot of time. That one's in for a strike. But in these short series, one bad game can put you on the brink. Kane kicks. That one's outside. Lefty has his sign, the 2-2 on its way. Fouled off. That pitch is high, so count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Matt Shepard. One misses high, so it's a walk to lead off the inning for Shepard. Colonials have their leadoff man aboard for the second time. So Eric Molinaro steps in, bats from the right side. First pitch to him catches the outer half. Off speed, swung on and missed. No 2 pitch on its way, fouled off. Jarred loose, an old foul ball, so fouled off 1, he ended up with 2. That one's upstairs. Kevin Maroney, the shortstop, waits on deck. Runner goes, they throw over to first, down to second, in time. The tag is down, they get Shepard picked off. 1-3-6. And now 1 down. The advantage of being a left-hander for Kane, he's able to watch that runner at first base from the stretch. Now from the windup, gets Molinaro swinging an off-speed pitch, so now, just like that, 2 away. Kevin Maroney steps in. First pitch to him. It's taken for a strike. Oh, 1 misses outside. There's ball 2. 2-1 the count. Should Maroney get aboard? Brandon DiCiacchio waits on deck. Swung on and fouled back off the cage. 2-2 the count. 2 down here in the second inning. Narberth with a 1-0 lead. Two is up and away. So another full count for Tom Kane. He'll step off, collect himself. And he's set. The 3-2 pitch. That one's outside, so another walk. So Brendan DiCiacchio steps in. He's got a runner on first with 2 outs. Bats on the left side against the left-hander. The first pitch in there for a strike. Catches the outside part of the plate. Nothing DiCiacchio could do about that one, so quickly 0-2. Pitch is fouled back. Kane from the stretch. Runner goes, the 0-2, fouled off. Just peppering the parking lot of Wynn Apartments. Do this again, the 0-2, fouled off again. No balls, 2 strikes to count to Brendan DiCiacchio. Runner goes. Pitch is hit in the air down the left field line, but it's the third baseman, Jim White, who catches it just on the edge of the outfield grass in fair territory. And that will retire the side. No runs, hits, errors. They leave 1. We're through an inning and a half. It's Narberth 1, Springfield nothing. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Kevin McGowan leading off the bottom half of the second inning for Narberth. Fouls one off. Nothing on the count. McGowan, Tommy Toll, and Ryan Guckin. 0-1 is outside. Narberth on top. 1-0 here in the early going. The 1-1 down and in. Brower from the windup. Kicks and delivers. Swung on and ripped foul down the left field line. McGowan, the DH. Can also play a little second base. Bats from the left side. Brower's pitch is high. So another full count here. Had a number of those early in this one. Called third strike. McGowan thought he had drawn the walk. 3 straight strikeouts for Nick Brower, last 2 of the looking variety. So Tommy Toll bats from the left side, steps in for his first plate appearance of the afternoon. First pitch to him is inside. (1-0), fouled off. Toll takes outside, so 2-1 the count to the Narberth second baseman. It'll be 2-2 now as he fouls one off. Swung on, a foul back. Count remains 2-2 to Tommy Toll. In Thursday's quarterfinal, game 2, Toll 1 for 3 with a walk. Also caught stealing. Off-speed pitch, he holds up on it. He's able to put a good swing on it, but it's out towards left center, and it's caught by Gervasi for out number 2. So I bring up Ryan Guckin, the hero Thursday night, his solo home run with 2 outs in the top half of the 7th inning. Put Narberth on top. Frank Driscoll came in and retired the side in the bottom half to send Chester home and Narberth into the semifinals. First pitch to Guckin misses high. The 1-0 hit sky high on the infield. Coming in on it is Encarnacion at first base. He's the one that's going to make the catch between him, the catcher, and the pitcher. That will retire the side here in the second. A 1-2-3 inning for Nick Brower. We'll go to the third. It's Narberth 1, Springfield 0. It's playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch to Gerard Sweeney leading off the third inning. Swung on and missed. Nothing and one. 1-0 in favor of Narberth. Top of the third inning. Chop foul down the third baseline. Top of the order, Sweeney, Encarnacion, and Swiger. Sweeney led off the game with a single. Stole a base. Ended up at third on a ground out. Could not score him. Swung on and missed. Quinn hangs on. He can't quite get the tag down, so he'll throw down to first for out number 1. Gabe Encarnacion down on strikes his first time up. First pitch swinging, fouled off down the right field line. Takes that one outside, just misses. So 1-1 the count to the Colonials' first baseman. Encarnacion takes a strike. Fouled off. Takes that one wide. Encarnacion, a standout during his career at Penn State Brandywine. The 2014 season in 35 games. Hit .475. He hits that one a long way out towards center field. Drifting back is Tyler Kehoe, and he's there. He'll make the catch. If you've never been to Narberth Playground, there's called a normal-sized porch out in left field. A fence, some netting, some cars parked just on the other side. A little bit of an entranceway where some fans have gathered to watch the game with an unencumbered view. Almost feel like they're part of the action because they are. The first pitch to Cole Swiger misses outside. But in right field, there is no fence. It just kind of goes on and on and on. Some soccer goals out there, basketball courts eventually. Checks his swing, a called strike, 1-1. So most of the home runs you see here at Narberth go out towards left. And if someone hits the ball a long way to right, it might be an inside the park one. Pitch is low. The playground portion of Narberth Playground is out in dead center field. In the last 5 years, I have yet to see anyone hit one out there, but I'm sure it's been done, at least on a roll. 2-1. Hit on the right side in the air. Second baseman Toll is over on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning for Tom Kane and the Mudcats here in the third. We go to the bottom half of the third inning. It's 1-0 Narberth. This is Playoff Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Jim Quinn leads it off for Narberth here in the bottom of the third with the Mudcats on top, 1-0. Took the first pitch for a ball. Takes the second pitch upstairs, so 2-0 the count. It'll be Quinn, Cam Bartow, and then Vinny Vacone the top of the order. That one's high. McBrower out on the mound. Takes a called strike. So 3-1 the count. Quinn swings, hits that one a long way out to center. Headed back is the center fielder, Swiger, out there. He's not able to get there. Quinn coming around second hard into third base, standing up with a triple. The first hit of the ball game for Narberth is a three-bagger from the catcher, Jim Quinn. Just talked about not seeing a ball head out to the playground. That got out pretty close. So bring up Cam Bartow. Now a couple of the umpires are going to get together and have a chat. Question might be whether that ball ended up out of play and should have been called a double. But seems like we're going to stay where we are. Courtesy runner in for Quinn is Matt DeBarberi at third. First pitch to Cam Bartow is up and away. Looks like there has been a change for Springfield. See if we can figure out who and where that was. One's upstairs, 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch swung on, fouled back over our heads. I believe that just hit my trunk. And that went right off my truck and then hit a car as it was driving by. Send that bill to Cam Bartow. Swung on, fouled back. We heard Norm Donkin into the game for Springfield. Could be the new second baseman. As there is a new second baseman, not sure if the Chacchio has moved around or not. Ripped into right field for a base hit. That's going to bring home the courtesy runner, Matt DeBarberi. So Jim Quinn's leadoff triple, an RBI single by Cam Bartow. Doubles the Narberth lead. It's 2-0 Mudcats. So Vinny Vacone steps in, 0 for 1, throw over to first. Bartow dives back. First pitch to Vacone is low. Throw over to first. A nice move by Brower, but Bartow dives back. Pitch to Vacone, hit out on the line to center, but it's right at Swiger. Kind of held up. He had to hop into the air to make the catch. Vacone is retired for out number 1. Throw over to first base. Once again, Bartow back safely. As Tyler Kehoe steps in, he walked. Scored a run. Back in the first. First pitch to him is outside. Brower from the stretch. Swung on and headed back towards the cars again. One out. Bottom half of the third inning. One run in. Narberth on top, 2-0. Off-speed pitch swung on, hit towards second. Go to the bag for one. Marone gets taken out by Bartow. So they'll just get the force out. So Jim White steps in. Man at first, 2 outs for Narberth. First pitch swinging on the ground to short. They go the short way to second for the out, and that'll retire the side. Narberth gets 1 run on 2 hits, and they leave 1. 3 full in the books. It's Narberth 2, Springfield 0. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Mark Gervasi leads off the 4th for Springfield. Swings and misses an off-speed pitch from Tom Kane. 0-1. Narberth on top, 2-0. Game 1 of the semifinals between Narberth and Springfield. 1 bounces in there for ball 1. 4, 5, 6. Gervasi, Piontek, and Shepard due up for the Colonials. Gervasi holds up, pitches up and away, 2-1. Swung on, foul tipped by Gervasi, so the count level of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Kane blows him away with a high fastball. 1 down. So Luke Piontek flew out to end the first. It's his 2nd plate appearance. Takes the first one high for ball 1. Called strike on the outer half. And that one misses high, so 2 balls and a strike to Luke Piontek. Kane winds and fires. That one's outside as well, so Piontek ahead 3-1. Matt Shepard, the catcher, waits on deck. Piontek thought he had the walk, but home plate umpire gives strike 2 to Kane, so the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the left fielder. Pops that one up down the right field line over his Toll and Bartow. It drops between them in fair territory. So that will be a single for Luke Piontek. So man on first, 1 out for Matt Shepard. He takes a called strike. Springfield bench not happy with that one. Shepard not happy with that one as he takes a long walk around the batter's box. And steps back in with renewed purpose. Throw goes over to first. I feel like if there's any guy in the batter's box who shouldn't make a show of being upset with the umpire's call, it's a catcher. There's no way you get that pitch later on. As Kane misses inside, Quinn tried to frame it. One and one the count. Shepard takes that one up and in. The 2-1. Swung on a hit out to right field. That'll drop in front of Bartow for a base hit. Struggles to glove it. So now it's first and third as Piontek makes it to third on the drop by Bartow. So single for Shepard. And then an error on Bartow allows Piontek to go to third. Now with 1 out, the tying run is aboard. First pitch, Derek Molinaro swung on and missed. Molinaro struck out his first time up. Pitch in the dirt, blocked by Quinn. Shepard's going to get to second. That will take the double play out of order, the tying run in scoring position. Shepard at second, Piontek at third. 1-1 the count to Eric Molinaro. It's a 2-0 ball game, but Springfield threatening here in the fourth. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Kane may have been thinking double play earlier, but right now he'll take a strikeout. Upstairs, 2-2. Off-speed pitch, he holds back on it, he pokes it into right field for a base hit. Bartow Doesn't quite charge it. They thought about sending Shepard, but they'll hold him. It's an RBI single for Molinaro. It's 2-1. So now Narberth manager Steve DeBarberi will call time. He's going to go talk to Tom Kane, as well as some members of the infield. Maroney due up. He drew a walk his first time up. The tying run 90 feet away in the person of Matt Shepard. And over at first base, the go-ahead run, Eric Molinaro. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and pitches low, so 1-0 the count. Might have just been one of those situations to get the defense to tip its hand. That pitch is high, so 2-0 the count. Called strike. Two one from Kane. Up and away, so now 3-1 the count. Norm Donkin on deck. Swung on. Got a piece of it into the mid of Quinn. So the count full to Kevin Maroney. Swung on and missed. A big strikeout for Tom Kane here in the fourth. So Norm Donkin steps in, his first at-bat of the game, a defensive sub back in the third. First pitch to him, taken upstairs. The 1-0. That one's low, so 2-0 the count to Donkin with Gerard Sweeney, top of the order, waiting on deck. A new pitcher on the mound for Springfield. Left-hander, not sure who that is. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Narberth on top 2-1. Leading off for the Mudcats, Joe Ravert, first baseman, takes the first pitch from the new pitcher. Wide for ball one. Be Ravert, McGowan, and Toll, 4, 5, 6. Outside, 2-0. Chop foul. They hit Ravert while he was in the box. So 2-1 the count. Springfield 3 hits in the fourth, only able to scratch out 1 run. But they've cut the deficit in half. It's 2-1 in favor of the homestanding Mudcats here in the fourth. Kicks and delivers low, 3-1. Swung on and missed, so the count goes full to Joey Ravert. Ravert went down looking his first time up, back in the first. All on the ground to second. Fielded by Donkin over to first in time. So Kevin McGowan steps in. McGowan 0 for 1 with a strikeout himself. McGowan takes the first pitch for ball one. Out in front of an off-speed pitch. And that one's up and in, hits McGowan. So a runner aboard for Tommy Toll. Flew out to center his first time up. Activity in the Narberth bullpen. Looks like left-hander Aaron Grawler. First pitch to Tommy Toll in for a strike. Toll bats from the right side against the left-hander on the mound. It's called strike two. Swung on, he gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Thanks again for joining us this afternoon. A great day for baseball here in Narberth as Tommy Toll swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He is down on strikes. Out number 2. So Ryan Guckin steps in, runner on first, 2 outs. A 2-1 lead for Narberth. in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Should Guckin get aboard, Jim Quinn, the catcher, waits on deck. That one's down and in. Swung on and missed by Guckin. So 2-1 the count. 2 down in the fourth. Can't catch up to the high heat. Pitcher kicks the 2-2. Hit in the air out towards right. Could be trouble. One is a fair ball off the tree. Looks like it's in play. The runner comes all the way around from first, Kevin McGowan, and into third with a triple is Ryan Guckin. Thought that ball may have hit the tree and been a dead ball, but Guckin running hard all the way. So the 2-run lead is restored. It's 3-1 in favor of Narberth. So Jim Quinn steps in. Quinn tripled himself back in the third inning. First pitch, called strike. The one misses for a ball. Cam Bartow waiting on deck. Triple, just the third hit of the ball game for Narberth. 2 of them are triples. That one's fouled off. Umpire cleans off home plate. Quinn steps back in. Narberth with 1 in, man on third, 2 outs. Trying to extend that lead. Quinn takes outside. Let's hit out towards center field. It's going to drop into right center for a hit. Guckin scores, running hard all the way is Quinn to second. He is going to be out by a mile at second base. But an RBI single for Quinn plates another run. Narberth gets 2 in the fourth. They extend the lead to 4-1. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Top half of the 5th inning, new pitcher for Narberth is left-hander Aaron Grawler's first pitch ripped into center field by Gerard Sweeney for a leadoff single. Third time today, the Colonials have had the leadoff man aboard. Narberth with 2 in the 4th to extend a lead of 4-1 as we get into the late innings of Game 1 of the semifinals here at Narberth Playground. So Gabe Encarnacion 0 for 2 on the day. Takes the first pitch from Grawler high. A 1-0 is in for a called strike. White level with the bag at third. Double play depth up the middle. And Ravert holding the runner at first. The southpaw winds, the 1-1 on the ground, a second, could be 2. Over to short for 1, back to first, in time. 4-6-3 double play. And just like that, the leadoff single is erased. Base is empty, 2 down for center fielder Cole Swiger. Swiger 0 for 2 so far. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Ball 1 now to Swiger. Mark Gervasi waits on deck. Now called strike, so 1-2 the count. Earlier you had the Narberth fans upset with a call. Now you got Springfield fans upset with a couple of pitches. The 1-2. Head out towards shallow center. That'll drop in. So single for Swiger. He's aboard with 2 down. That's something that Springfield's been able to get runners on base. But Kane was able to limit the damage. He had a pick off. Ran it backwards. It was the Narberth runner that was... No, yeah, it was Shepard was picked off back in the second. A double play there. Now that one gets away from Quinn. So a wild pitch from Grawler. Has a runner in scoring position. 1-0 the count to Gervasi. Swung on and missed, 1-1. But Narberth's been able to limit the damage. And Springfield with 7 hits in this ball game, but just the 1 run. They've left 5. Tapped foul. Swung on and missed. Gervasi goes down swinging, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Colonials leave 1. We go to the home half of the 5th. It's Narberth 4, Springfield 1. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Home half of the 5th inning. Narberth on top, 4-1, leading off Cam Bartow. Takes the first pitch for a ball for Narberth. 4 runs on just 4 hits. 1 error. They've only left 1 aboard. So maximizing their chances for Springfield. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error. They've left 6. So the opportunities have been there, just haven't been able to cash in as Bartow hits that one back up the middle. Gloved by the shortstop Maroney over to first for out number 1. Top of the order now, Vinny Vacone, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch in for a called strike. Vacone flew out to left in the first and lined out to center in the third. Takes that one down around the feet, so 1-1. Tyler Kehoe on deck. Misses upstairs. Take the opportunity to remind you, tune back in tomorrow. Around 2 o'clock p.m. we'll be at Marple Newtown High School for Game 2. The series between Marple Newtown and Wayne as Vacone pops that one out towards right center. And it's going to drop in between 4 different players. So Vacone's going to get a single out of that one. Swiger in center and Gervasi in right. Donkin at second and Maroney at short all went out for it. They all stopped and it dropped right in between them. So man on with 1 out here in the 5th. Tyler Kehoe will step in 0 for 1. He walked, stole a base, came around to score on a wild pitch to give Narberth the early lead, and hit into a fielder's choice in the 3rd. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, called strike. Throw down to first. Diving back safely is Vacone. Left-hander comes set. Eyes the runner, comes home. Misses outside. 2-1 the count to Kehoe. One misses high, 3-1 now. Swung on and missed. Count goes full. It's 3-2 to Kehoe. Vinny Vacone at first, 1 out here in the 5th. Jim White waiting on deck. Throw back over to first. Vacone in safely. Swung on, fouled back. So 3-2 the count to Kehoe. Swung on and hit out towards left center. Swiger on the run, reaches up, makes the catch. McCone made it all the way to second, so he'll retreat to first. So Jim White steps in. White 0 for 2, takes upstairs for ball 1. Foul back. Joe Ravert waiting on deck. Should White extend the inning. Pitcher kicks in the dirt. Vacone stays where he is. It's 2 balls and a strike to count to Jim White. One's across at the belt. 2-2 now. Vinny Vacone, the runner at first. 2 down in the 5th. Narberth with a 4-1 lead, trying to extend it if they can and grab the advantage in this best-of-3 weekend series. On the ground into right field for a base hit. Vacone, for some reason, stopped at second, looked up. Now they throw back to first, and they get White. Now they say no, and now Vacone ends up at third base. I don't know if the fielder didn't have the ball, if the umpire just changed his mind. Initially called White out. The ball was hit on the ground and went through the right side. It was always going through. I don't know why Vacone stopped and took a look back. He was not able to make it to third with 2 outs running on contact. Usually you can first to third on a ball to right field. Right fielder came up throwing, and they caught White, who had rounded first base, but not able to finish the play, and then Vacone ends up on third. So ultimately we have what we probably should have had anyway, runners at the corners and 2 outs for Joe Ravert. He takes the first pitch low and away. So White at first and Vacone at third. That one is on the ground to first. Encarnacion will take it to the bag himself, and that'll retire the side. A little bit of an adventure that inning, but ultimately nothing on the scoreboard. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Mudcats leave 2. We go to the 6th. Narberth on top 4-1. This is playoff baseball on Delco League. 5, 6, 7 due up for Springfield in the 6th. Luke Piontek steps in, takes ball 1 from Aaron Grawler. Grawler back out for his second inning of work. Here in the 6th, Narberth on top, 4-1. The home team trying to put away game 1 of this one. This semifinal series. Piontek takes ball 2. It's 2-0 to be Piontek, Shepard, and Molinaro. Due up for the Colonials. It's low in the dirt now, 3-0 the count. Grawler's 3-0 in for a strike. Springfield's left 6 men on base, 7 hits today, only able to get the 1 run across. As Piontek takes ball 4, so a leadoff walk. He's aboard for the 2nd time today. So Matt Shepard walked in the 2nd, was picked off, singled back in the 4th. Takes ball 1. Grawler kicks and delivers. 2-0 now the count. Molinaro on deck. Currently not wearing a helmet. Not well advised considering where he's standing. It's now Shepard heading to count 3-0. It's 2 straight batters that Grawler has fallen well behind. The 3-0 in for a strike. If I were a pitching coach, I think I would tell my pitchers to treat every pitch like you were behind 3-0, because they invariably are able to get one over before often losing the batter on the 3-1. Grawler won't hear as Shepard skies that one towards 3rd. White will take a few steps back and towards the line and make the catch for out number 1. Eric Molinaro has found a helmet. He'll step into the batter's box. Springfield DH 1 for 2. RBI single drove in the lone run for the Colonials. He fouls one back. 0-1. Kevin Marone waiting on deck. Swung on and missed. Now 2 strikes. Now time called by Molinaro as a couple of bikers made their presence known while waiting at the intersection. Having never ridden a motorcycle myself, I don't know how necessary some of that noise is, but they made it. Molinaro got time. Now we're back. Grawler's pitch in the dirt, smothered by Quinn. Upstairs. Count sits at 2-2. Time called again, this time just because Grawler took too long. pitch. Out in front of it, Molinaro, he's able to get a piece of it. So he'll stay alive, 2-2. Inside, count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Molinaro pops it up. It's in front of home plate. Grawler coming in. Now it's White calling off the pitcher. And he makes the catch. White very emphatic that that ball was going to be his, as it should be. The pitcher needs to get out of the way and let the guys who are trained to deal with pop-ups deal with the pop-ups. So 2 pop-up catches by White, 2 outs, and now a throw over to first from Grawler as Kevin Marone steps in. Marone 0 for 2, a walk and a strike, or 0 for 1 rather, a walk and a strikeout. And this is for a ball. One's inside, nearly hits him, so 2-0 the count. That one is hit out to left field for a base hit. Piontek will go to second. Now Norm Donkin comes up. He represents the tying run with 2 down in the top of the 6th. And that'll be the last batter faced by Grawler. Looks like we're going to have some changes here for Narberth. We'll bring them to you in just a moment. We'll be right back here on DelcoLeague.com. Back here at Narberth Playground, the new pitcher for Narberth is Joe Ravert. Ravert started the game at first base. He will take over on the mound with 2 down here in the 6th. He'll face Norm Duncan. First pitch for a called strike. Ryan Guckin moves from left field to first base. Cam Bartow moves from right field to left field. And Ben Newbert comes in. He's going to bat in the 5th position and replace the DH, Kevin McGowan. Now Raver steps off as Vinny Vacone had beaten the runner, Luke Piontek, back to second base, but Raver doesn't throw over. In for a called strike, so 0-2 the count. Save situation for Ravert. I don't think he'll be the last pitcher we see here. Now time called again. So this changes again. Ravert from first to the mound. Guckin from left to first. Bartow from right to left. And Newbert now batting in the 5th position, playing right field. And will lead off the home half of the 6th. Narberth with a 4-1 lead. Ravert gets Duncan swinging for strike 3, and a great pitching change from manager Steve DeBarberi as he gets the dangerous Duncan on strikes to end the threat. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Springfield leaves 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Narberth on top 4-1. This is playoff baseball on DelcoLeague.com. Another new pitcher on the mound for Springfield. This one a right-hander. And Ben Newbert will get his first at-bat here in the 6th for Narberth. Mudcats lead it 4-1. They're going to look to close it out in the top half of the inning, but some insurance runs would be nice. Swung on and missed. 1-1. It'll be Newbert, Toll, and Guckin due up here in the last of the 6th. Winner of this one takes a 1-0 lead and can clinch the series tomorrow and advance to the Delco League Finals. Swung on and missed by Newbert. Off-speed pitch hit through the left side into left field for a base hit. So Newbert, his first at-bat, he's aboard with a single. Leadoff base runner for the Mudcats. Gonna bring up Tommy Toll. Toll, switch hitter, will bat from the left side against the right-handed pitcher. First pitch He's in for a called strike. You know, 1. Taken for strike 2, so nothing in 2 to count the toll. Swung on, fouls it off to stay alive. Popped up, foul territory down the left side. Actually, it's going to stay fair. Piontek coming in makes the catch. The toll is retired for out number 1. So Ryan Guckin steps in. 1 for 2, tripled. Back in the 4th. Scored, drove in a run. Rips that one back up the middle for a base hit. So 2 aboard. Jim Quinn steps in. Narberth catcher 2 for 2. Triple and a single. First pitch to him. This is for ball 1. That one's low and away, so 2-0 the count to Quinn. Cam Bartow waits on deck. Oh, ripped into foul territory. Sends the Narberth dugout scattering. Pitch is upstairs, so 3-1 now the count. That's upstairs, so Quinn draws the walk, and that'll load up the bases. And Matt DeBarberi will take over as courtesy runner for the Narberth catcher, Quinn. The base is loaded for Cam Bartow. Narberth with a 4-1 lead, 1 out in the 6th. They could really blow this one open here. First pitch swinging is Bartow. Fouls it off out of play. The 0-1, called strike. Swung on and fouled back. Out of play. From the letters, pitches in a called 3rd strike. Cam Bartow goes down looking. So I'll turn the lineup back over to the top. Vinny Vacone steps in, 1 for 3 on the day. Bases loaded. Matt DeBarberi running for Jim Quinn at first. Ryan Guckin at second. Ben Newbert at third. Vinny Vacone takes ball 1. The 1-0. Inside 2-0. Two-0 pitch is wide. Nowhere to put Vacone. There's a called strike, so 3-1 the count. Looked like Narberth had Frank Driscoll throwing earlier in the bullpen. As Vacone takes that one low and away. It's one of those easy RBIs, the bases loaded walk. Newbert comes in to score. It's 5-1 Narberth. So bring up Tyler Kehoe. First pitch called strike. Fouled out of play. Back towards the parking lot. Chopped off the plate. No, curl foul. So 1-2 the count to Kehoe. Narberth has never trailed in this one. Looking to put it away, take the 1-0 lead, and have 2 cracks at clinching a spot in the final. Swung on and fouled off. Kehoe stays alive. Narberth, the 2016-2018 champions. Finalists in 2017, eliminated in the quarterfinals by Chester last year. Measure of revenge this week against Chester, and now they look to head back to the finals as that pitch bounces up there. Runners will stay where they are. Pitch in for a called third strike, and that will retire the side. So Narberth loads the bases, but they can only get 1. But they will take a 4-run lead into the top of the 7th. Narberth leads it 5-1. This is Playoff Baseball on DelcoLeague.com. top half of the 7th inning. Joey Raver back on the mound trying to save this one for Tom Kane and Narberth. Leads 5-1. First pitch swinging is Gerard Sweeney, top of the order. Sweeney, Encarnacion, and Swiger due up for Springfield. Sweeney 2 for 3, a couple of singles and a strikeout. Raver from the stretch, the 0-1. Check swing, called strike. Raver set the 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Sweeney tried to hold up, couldn't. He is down on strikes for out number 1. First pitch to Gabe Encarnacion, misses for a ball. The 1-0 misses, so 2-0 the count. Springfield needs base runners here. They left 8 on base, stranded today. But Encarnacion ahead in the count, 3-0. Swings, hits that one foul down the left field line. One ripped right back to Raver. He makes the catch, cool as you like. His heart probably racing a little bit there after that one, but he holds on to it. It's a 2 down here in the 7th. And through the doors of the Last Chance Saloon walks Cole Swiger. Colonials down to their last out here in the 7th. First pitch to Swiger. In for a strike. And misses low, 1-1. Raver set, kicks, misses high. Swung on and missed. 2-2 count. Raver has his sign. He's set at the letters. The pitch. Check swing. Did not go. Ball 3. 3-2 now. Full count to Swiger. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will do it for this one. Swiger down on strikes for the second time today. Joey Raver faces 4 batters, strikes out 3 of them, catches the line drive from the 4th. And that'll do it here. Narberth with a 5-1 win over Springfield in Game 1 of the Delco League semifinal series between the two. Narberth takes the 1-0 lead, can clinch it tomorrow afternoon out at Church Road Field. 3 o'clock first pitch set for that one. We'll have a broadcast tomorrow from Marple Newtown High School as Marple Newtown hosts Wayne in Game 2 of that series. One of those two teams will have a chance to move on to the finals. For Narberth, 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They leave 6. For Springfield, 1 run on 8 hits, 1 error. They leave 8. The winning pitcher, Tom Kane, 4 innings allowed, 1 run. Scattered 5 hits. A save to Joey Ravert. 1 1/3 perfect innings. The loss to Springfield's Nick Brower. So that'll wrap things up for us here from Narberth Playground. Thanks for joining us. Narberth with a 5-1 win. The Mudcats a win away from returning to the finals for the 4th time in 5 years. We'll be live at Marple Newtown High School tomorrow. First pitch set for 1 o'clock between Marple and Wayne, Game 2 of their semifinal series. Thanks for joining us today, folks. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow right here on DelcoLeague.com. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.